blankets, straps, any of that stuff. If you have 2 yoga blocks, I invite you to start out in a heart bench. If you don't know what a heart bench is, I can show you, no problem. If you do not have yoga blocks, no big deal. We're all going to start on our backs. You can bring the bottoms of your feet together. You can put a pillow under your head if you want to. You can put a pillow under your knees if you want to. So there's lots of options there. We are going to take the idea of chill yoga very seriously today. We have a very chill practice ahead of us. So I hope that's good for all of you, especially coming out of frog pose that we did on Wednesday. For those of you who were trapped in frog pose with me, we're not doing that today, so don't worry. All right, make sure I see Maria's here. Good, applause all around for the no frog pose, that's good. Wonderful. So if you don't know how to set up yourself in a heart bench, but you have 2 yoga blocks, you're going to take 1 yoga block this way and place it right between your shoulder blades. And then the other one, you'll take tall and it'll go underneath the bottom of your head. So you're going to want to set up with a lower one and a higher one, shoulder blades on the lower, back of your head on the higher. And then once you set your torso up that way on the ground, you can have your knees bent if you want to, or extend your legs long like you're in Shavasana. And so the sensation of heart bench allows for your chest to open up. I can set myself up on my yoga mat here if you are still confused. Again, if you do not have 2 yoga blocks at your disposal, no big deal. You can come all the way down onto your back, draw the bottoms of your feet together, take your knees out to the side. You're welcome to place a pillow under your head or under your knees if that feels good. I see the pets have joined us. That's wonderful. Fabulous. All right, beauties. So once you make your way down into whatever shape you are in, heart bench or lying on your back in another shape, just take notice of how your body feels in whatever position you're in. If there's adjustments you have to make to your head, shoulders, hips, and knees, please feel free to make those adjustments. And while we're at it, feel free to take a moment of gratitude and thanks to yourself for taking the time out of your day today to give yourself the gift of yoga. If you're just joining, we are lying on our backs here. Heart bench with 2 yoga blocks if you have, or bottoms of the feet together, knees out to the side. And then once your body is physically settled, again, any movements through head, shoulders, hips, and knees that you need to make. But once you feel physically settled here, I invite you to shift your focus over to your breath. Even as we lie on our backs here, we can think about expansion through the front, the back, and the sides of the rib cage. And each exhale is an opportunity to release and to let go. If there's any subtle movements you need to make in the physical body to sustain this position, please feel free to do that. And continue to focus on full expansive inhales and complete releasing exhales. Let's take 5 more big rounds of breath together here. Two more big breaths. One more full inhale. And a complete exhale. And then wherever you are, take a moment here if you'd like to rock your head gently side to side. Feel free to reach your arms out wide if that feels good. Let's all of us gently bend our knees and plant our feet flat on the ground. If you have blocks under your head and shoulders, you can gently remove them, and then all of us making our way onto our backs. Backs make contact with the mat here. And then from here, allow your arms to take up as much space out wide or up high that you'd like to. Take a full inhale. So you exhale, let those knees fall over to the right, taking a gentle twist over to this side. Finding a full breath in here. And a full breath out. And then on your inhale, draw your knees back to center here. As you exhale, allow those knees to fall to the left. Gentle twist to this side. Finding a full inhale. And a complete exhale. On your next inhale, gently draw those knees back to center. And then when you feel ready, draw your knees in towards your chest. Allow your forearms to wrap around your shins. Give yourself a big hug here. Feel free to make some circles with those knees one way and the other way if you'd like to. Finding 2 more breaths here. One more full round of breath. Let's inhale. And exhale. Bringing that body back to center here. We'll gain a little momentum, rocking and rolling long ways on the spine, allowing yourself to come up to a comfortable seat. You are welcome to loosely cross those legs in front of you if you'd like. You can extend your legs forward or sit on a block like I am here. That is up to you. You can sit on your shins too if you want to. And then whatever seat you have chosen here, think about rooting down with your sit bones. Nice, tall, dignified spine all the way up through the crown of your head. Let's inhale those arms up and overhead. Press those palms together. Full breath, my friends. Exhale, thumbs to heart center. We'll do that twice more as we always do to warm up. Inhale, big breath in. Palms press overhead. Exhale, thumbs to heart center. Last time right here. Inhale, palms press overhead. And exhale, thumbs to heart center. Let's place those hands on those thighs or knees, whatever feels better for you. We'll do some seated cat-cow here together. Roll the shoulders back, bring your chest forward on an inhale. As you exhale, round your shoulders forward, tuck in your belly. You can look down at the floor. As we inhale, the shoulders roll back, the chest comes forward, maybe a little gaze up. Exhale, round the shoulders forward, tuck in your belly, looking down at the floor. Last time here, roll those shoulders back on an inhale, bring that chest forward. And exhale to round the shoulders forward, tuck your belly way in. Come on back to our neutral seat here. If you'd like to roll the shoulders forward and backward, you're always welcome to. And then we'll gently make our way to our tabletop position where we like to warm up. Moving through some traditional cat-cow in our tabletop. Let's set our alignment. Make sure your fingers are spread wide as you come into your tabletop. Shoulders are over the wrists. Knees are hip distance apart, and then you can tuck or untuck your toes. Let's inhale to drop the belly. Lift the gaze, lift the tailbone. Here's your cow pose. As we exhale, push the mat away, dome the upper back like an angry cat. Inhale, let the belly drop. The gaze will lift. Exhale, pushing the mat away, dome the upper back here. Last time, inhale, the belly drops. The gaze lifts, the tailbone lifts. And exhale, pushing the mat away. Coming back to our neutral tabletop here, we're going to root down through that right hand. As we inhale, open up to the left fingers to the sky. As we exhale, left arm weaves under the right, coming into a gentle twist. Keep those hips up nice and high. Let's find one more breath here. Inhale and exhale. And then press through that right hand again, opening up that torso to the left. Big breath in. And exhale back to our tabletop position, setting ourselves up for the other side. So let's inhale that right arm up towards the sky, open the torso to the right. As we exhale, we weave the right arm under, coming down onto your cheek. Keep your hips up nice and high here. Taking our 3 breaths. One more, let's inhale. And exhale. And then we root down through that left hand when you're ready. Open up the torso to the right, full breath in. And exhale back to tabletop position here. Take a big inhale, my friends. As we exhale, untuck those toes, send your hips to your heels, finding child's pose. Resting your forehead down. Find a big inhale. And a full exhale. And then we'll inhale ourselves back through our tabletop position, tuck our toes under and send our hips to the sky on an exhale for downward facing dog. So let's take 3 breaths here, everybody. Root down firmly through both hands. Root down through the balls of the feet. If your feet or if your heels are elevated, that's okay. And you can place a little bend in those knees if that feels better. Taking one more full breath here. And a big breath out. And then when you're ready, we'll send our hips a little bit higher here. Take our baby steps up towards the top of the mat, making our way to our forward fold. If you're someone that likes to use blocks here, you're welcome to place up 1 or 2 blocks in front of you. And then we'll all take an inhale, hands to shins or blocks. Exhale, fold down. Twice more just like that. Hands to shins or blocks, flat back on our inhale. Exhale, fold. And then last time, hands to shins. Inhale, come on up, halfway lift here. And exhale, fold. We'll root down through both feet. Bring that torso all the way up to standing. Press those palms together overhead. And your exhale draws thumbs through, heart center, mountain pose, Tadasana. Good, tailbone is long. Engage your core. Inhale, press those palms overhead. Exhale, fold forward and all the way down. Hands to shins or blocks. Inhale to a halfway lift. As we exhale, we're going to plant those hands, step our left foot all the way back. Drop that left knee down. Low leg lunge on the right side. Just a different way to get into it. Right knee stacks on top of that right ankle. I like to keep my back toes tucked under in a low lunge. Tailbone is long. Engage your core. Fingertips up. Finding 3 breaths here. One more breath, let's inhale. As we exhale, we're gonna bring those left fingers down, take our right fingers to the sky, enjoying a twist for 3 breaths here. One more, inhale. As we exhale, gently unwind. We're gonna lift our back knee off the mat and step our left foot forward to meet our right, finding our forward fold. And then we'll switch sides. Hands to shins, inhaling to a halfway lift, my friends. As we exhale, plant those hands, step that right leg all the way back, dropping that right knee down, finding low leg lunge on the left side. Left knee's on top of that left ankle. Again, tuck those back toes under, it's a little bit more stability there. Hips are square, core is tight, fingertips up. If you're somebody that has tender knee joints, you can always put a blanket under your back knee. 3 breaths here. One more breath, let's inhale. As we exhale, draw that right hand down, left fingers to the sky, enjoying our twist for 3 breaths. One more inhale here. So we exhale, carefully unwind, lift that back knee, and we're gonna step our right foot forward to meet our left. Forward fold right here. Hands to shins, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, and then we'll come all the way up to standing when you're ready. Root through both feet. Draw those arms up and overhead, press palms together. Your exhale draws thumbs through, heart center, mountain pose, Tadasana. Good, our feet are gonna stay hip distance apart here. Let's inhale those arms up and overhead. Exhale, gentle side bend over to the right. So take it as far as you'd like to here. Make sure we root down through both feet. Keep that chest open here. One more full breath. Let's inhale to draw ourselves back to center here. And then exhale, side bend over to the left. So send that right hip away, but root through both feet. And then we'll inhale to come back to center. You're welcome to gaze up this time if you'd like to. We'll exhale to fold forward and all the way down. Hands draw to shins, halfway lift, inhale here. As we exhale this time, we're gonna plant our hands, take ourselves all the way back to downward facing dog. So you're always welcome to pedal it out here if you'd like to. Let's take a big inhale and a full exhale. We'll inhale that right leg towards the ceiling. We're gonna bend the right knee and open up the hip. So pause here. Your right hip is stacked on top of your left. Pelvis is open to the right, but we wanna root down equally through both hands. One more breath. And then inhale to square off those hips, extend that right leg straight behind you. Exhale to step that right foot forward. Let's keep that back knee elevated here, everybody. Full size crescent lunge on our right side. So check the alignment before we get too fancy, right? Right knee's on top of that right ankle. Those right toes point forward. Tailbone is long, core is engaged. Work that belly here. Shoulder blades are down, fingertips up. Let's find 3 breaths. One more breath. And then that left hand is going to find that left hamstring. Reach those right fingers up closer to the ceiling. If you would like a little back bend here, that's going to open up your left hip flexor a little bit more. That's up to you. That's also going to test your balance. So take it as far as you would like to. Find one more breath. And then your next inhale brings you back to crescent lunge. All fingers reach up. As we exhale, frame that front foot, carefully stepping ourselves back to downward facing dog. Beautiful. You can pedal it out. Check it out. Take a big inhale. And a full exhale. Let's inhale our left leg towards the ceiling. Nice square hips here. And then we bend the left knee and fan open the hip to the left. So now your left hip is on top of your right. Pelvis is open to the left. Try to root down through both hands equally. One more breath here. Then we'll inhale to square off those hips, extend that left leg behind you. Exhale to step it forward. Keep that back knee lifted here. Coming up into our crescent lunge on the left side. Left knee's on top of that left ankle. Engage your core. Shoulder blades down, fingertips up. 3 breaths here. One more, let's inhale. Stay for your exhale. And then that right hand's gonna find that right hamstring. Send those right fingers up a little higher. If you'd like to start a back bend action here, you can. That is up to you. Even if you don't back bend, if you change your gaze up to the ceiling, that's a little balance check. One more breath. And then we inhale ourselves back to crescent lunge, reach those fingers up. Exhale to frame that front foot. Let's make our way back to downward facing dog. Take a big inhale. Full exhale. And then we'll inhale our knees to tabletop position, untuck our toes, exhale, hips to heels. Child's pose, let's take 3 breaths down here. And then when you are ready, we'll inhale ourselves back to our tabletop position. Tuck those toes under, engage your core. Exhale, hips to the sky for downward facing dog. Big breath in here. Full breath out. Sending those hips a little higher. You can walk or step up to the top of the mat. Coming into our forward fold here. Hands draw to shins. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Torso comes all the way up to standing. When you're ready, draw those palms together overhead. And our exhale takes us thumbs through, heart center, mountain pose, Tadasana. Beautiful. Options here. Feet can stay hip distance apart. We're gonna take our side bends again. Feet can stay hip distance apart. You can bring your feet all the way together. If you have a block, you can put your block between your thighs. Lots of options here. Regardless, point those toes forward. Hips are level. Inhale, arms up and overhead. If you have the block, squeeze it like crazy. Exhale, side bend to the right. See if you can take it a little further than your first one. Reach out through both feet. Chest stays open. Don't let this left shoulder drop down. One more breath. Inhale, center. If you have the block, squeeze it. Exhale, side bend to the left. Don't let this right shoulder drop down. Stay nice and open. Press through those feet. One more breath here. And then inhale back to center, regardless of where your feet are. Exhale, stabilizing squat. So send your hips back. Torso comes parallel to the floor as those arms reach forward. I'm gonna back up a little bit here. If you still have the block, squeeze it. If your thighs are together, great. If your thighs are apart, great too. One more full breath here. And then root down through those feet. We'll inhale to stand all the way up. We'll exhale to fold forward and all the way down. If you have the block, set it off to the side. And then we draw hands to shins. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. As we exhale, plant those hands. Let's make our way all the way back to downward facing dog. Pedal it out if you'd like to. Take a full inhale and a big exhale. When you're ready, inhaling that right leg towards the ceiling here. Nice square hips. Exhale to step that foot forward. Back knee stays lifted. We're coming back to crescent lunge again here, my friends. Set up your alignment here. Take a big inhale. Full exhale. Stay here for one more breath in. This time as we exhale, we're going to take an upright twist over to the right. Shoulders stay over those hips here. Crown of the head continues to reach up. And then you have an option to stay right here, or that right hand is going to find that left hamstring. You can start to reach back. This is an option if you'd like it. You don't have to take it here. And then your next inhale draws back to crescent lunge. As we exhale, we're going to open up to warrior two. So we pivot that back foot down. Right toes continue to point forward here. Adjust as you need to. So if you notice your back hip is up higher, try to level off. Press through both feet. 3 breaths right here. One more breath, my friends. Let's inhale. And exhale. Breath and movement. Straight arms, straight legs. Reach those arms up overhead. Full inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Twice more. Inhale, reach up. Gaze up if you'd like. Exhale, warrior two. Last time. Inhale, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, warrior two. Pause here for a breath in. As we exhale, we cartwheel those hands down, square off those hips, and we're going to make our way back to downward facing dog. Pedal, pedal, pedal if you want to. Big breath in. Full breath out. Let's take the other side. Inhale that left leg towards the ceiling. Nice square hips here. So we exhale, step it forward. That back knee stays lifted here, everybody. Torso comes all the way up to find crescent lunge on the left side. Engage that belly. Tailbone is long. Full inhale here. Full exhale. One more breath in. As we exhale, we'll take our upright twist over to the left. Shoulders stay over those hips, so we're not going to lean forward here. Stay nice and tall. Stay in those legs. And then your option, you can stay here. This is beautiful. You can also take that left hand to the right hamstring and draw those right fingers up and over. Optional. You don't have to go here. It's all good. Find your breath. One more inhale. All of us are going to come back to crescent lunge on this breath in. And then as we exhale, we open up to warrior two, left side. Check it out. Take your time getting there. Those left toes point forward, pressing through the outer edge of that back right foot. Level those hips. Arms straight and strong. 3 breaths. Here we are. One more breath. Breath and movement. Here we go. Let's inhale those arms up overhead. Straight arms, straight legs. Exhale, warrior two. Twice more. Inhale, reach up, gaze up. Exhaling, warrior two. Last time, inhale, reach up, gaze up. And exhale, warrior two. Pause here for a breath. Inhale. So we exhale, cartwheel those hands down, frame that left foot, and step it back to downward facing dog. Big breath in. Full breath out. Let's inhale those knees to the mat, tabletop. Untuck those toes, exhale, hips to heels, child's pose. 3 breaths here. When you are ready, inhale takes us back to our tabletop position. We tuck those toes under, and an exhale sends our hips to the sky for downward facing dog. Take your time getting there. Find a big inhale and a full exhale. Then we'll send those hips a little higher. You can walk, step, or hop to the top of the mat here. Coming into your forward fold once you arrive. Draw hands to shins. Inhale into a halfway lift. Exhale, fold all the way down. Let's come all the way up to standing. Draw those arms up and overhead. Press palms together, breath in. And exhale, thumbs through, heart center, mountain pose, Tadasana. Good, we're gonna get into our hamstrings a little bit. I'm gonna give you a shoulder opener option as well. So we can start hands on hips, or you can interlace your hands behind your lower back. Totally optional for you. Root down through both feet. Regardless of where your hands are, roll your shoulders back, bring your chest forward. And then on your exhale, come halfway down. Make sure your alignment is correct, hip, knee, ankle. And then from here, you can keep your hands on your hips. You can drop all the way down and grab ragdoll. If your hands are interlaced behind your back, you can stay on your lower back like I am here, or peel those arms away. Lots of options here. Head is heavy, regardless of what your arms are doing. 3 breaths. One more breath. And then unhook your hands wherever they are. Draw hands to shins. Inhale for a halfway lift. And then as we exhale, we're going to plant our hands, send our left foot halfway back for pyramid pose. I backed up a little bit, so let me come forward a little bit here. So our legs are much closer than they would be in a lunge, right? So pyramid pose, closed off the distance between 2 feet. Right foot is forward. Our left toes can be out a little bit here. If you have blocks, you're welcome to use them. And we tend to have that left hip popping up and out. Let's try to square that off here. Breath into that right hamstring. Equal pressure through both feet. 3 breaths here. One more breath. Put a little micro bend in that right knee. We're going to send our left leg all the way back. So now we have a lunge position in the lower body. And then we're going to straighten that right knee again, coming into our full hamstring stretch on the right side. So again, we want to square off those hips. If you need blocks under those hands, that's okay. Press through the ball of that back foot so your whole back foot is not on the ground. If you'd like to bend and straighten that front knee, you're welcome to do that too. Let's take 3 breaths here. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale. And then we're going to make our way all the way back to the top of the mat, everybody. So bend your right knee. You can set your hands forward a little bit if you want. That left foot's going to step all the way forward. So we're in our forward fold at the top of the mat again. Hands to shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Torso comes all the way up. Full breath in. Palms pressed together overhead. You can gaze up. And exhale, thumbs through, heart center, mountain pose, Tadasana. We're going to take our forward fold again. So same options, hands on hips here, or you can interlace those hands behind your lower back. Reach out through both feet. Let's inhale to roll the shoulders back, chest forward. Exhale, swan dive it down. So you can grab opposite elbows for ragdoll again if you want to. You can grab onto your big toes, or if your hands are interlaced, you can stay on your back or peel away. Head is heavy. 3 breaths. One more breath. And then we'll unhook those hands wherever we have them. Inhaling to a halfway lift, flat back here. As we exhale, we'll step our right foot halfway back, coming into pyramid pose on the left side. Look at that. So those left toes point forward. Those right toes are out slightly. That right hip is going to want to pop up and open. We need to try to square that off here. Breath into that left hamstring. 3 breaths right here. One more full breath. And then let's place a little bend in that left knee here. Step that right foot all the way back. So now we have a lunge in the lower body. Straighten that left knee here, coming into our full hamstring opener on the left side. So press firmly through that back foot. Your entire front foot is down here. Try to square off your hips if you can. And again, if you want to bend into that left knee and straighten, you can do that as well. Make it a little dynamic movement. All good here. 3 breaths. One more breath, everybody. Inhale. And exhale. And then we're going to bend into that left knee. You can set your hands a little bit forward here if you want to. Step your right foot all the way forward to meet your left. Forward fold here. Put as much of a bend in your knees as you need to get your hands on the ground. And then if you'd like to, you can start to straighten and bend back into those knees. Just check in with those hamstrings a little bit here. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Inhale. And exhale. And then draw hands to shins. Inhale for a halfway lift. We find a flat back. So we exhale, plant those hands firmly. Let's take ourselves all the way back to downward facing dog. You can bend and straighten as much as you want. And we'll take 3 breaths. You're welcome to stay in down dog or find that child's pose like we've been doing for 3. Totally up to you. If you're in child's pose, you're welcome to come through a tabletop position. Inhale to tuck those toes under and exhale, send your hips to the sky. We'll find downward facing dog. Big breath in here. Full breath out. When you're ready, inhale that right leg towards the ceiling. Nice square hips here. Exhale to step that right foot forward. Pop up onto those fingertips. Pivot your back foot down. We're going to find warrior 2 just as a transition here on the right side. I got to adjust my feet a little bit there. And then we're going to straighten that right knee, reach right fingers forward, coming into triangle. So we don't typically do pyramid before triangle. Your hamstrings are probably a little bit more open than they usually are to get into this pose. Take note of what your left top shoulder is doing. If you're starting to square off towards the ground, back out of your pose to open your chest up to the left side. Press through both feet. Great place for a block if you have one. Let's take 3 breaths here. Breath into hips and hamstrings. One more breath, my friends. Here we are. Inhale. And exhale. Then press through both feet. Bring that torso all the way up. Full breath in. As we exhale, you can bend that right knee, cartwheel those hands down, frame that right foot, and step it back to find downward facing dog. Big inhale. Full exhale. Inhaling left leg towards the ceiling. Nice square hips here when you're ready. Exhale to step it forward. Use those fingertips for balance. Pivot your back foot down. Coming into warrior 2, on our left side, just as a transition. Find your feet here. And then when you're ready, we'll straighten that left knee. Reach left fingers forward, coming down to shin, foot, or floor for triangle pose here. So again, don't let that right shoulder drop down towards the ground. Open up to the right side. 3 breaths. One more breath here, inhale. And exhale. Root down through those feet. Inhale, brings that torso all the way up. You can put a little bend in that left knee. Exhale, cartwheel those hands down. Square off those hips. Let's make our way back to downward facing dog. Big breath in. Full breath out. We'll inhale our right leg towards the ceiling here. Square hips. Exhale to step it forward. Walk your right foot over to the left. Drop that shin down. We're coming into pigeon here. Beautiful. So that right knee should be wider than that right hip. We don't want to be folded over onto that right butt cheek, exposing your left hip joint here. So try to square off your pelvis. If you have to put something underneath your right butt cheek to level it, you can. Straight line from the left hip to the left foot here. And then once you feel stable in your lower body, all options are on the table here. So you can keep your torso up. You can fold forward to the forearms or down to the belly. If you're feeling like you want a little extra today, you can bend your left knee, reach back with your left hand for the quad stretch. Totally up to you. Wherever you are, we're going to take 8 full breaths. One more full breath wherever you are. And then we'll gently bring that torso all the way up. Plant those hands, tuck your back toes under, lift your back knee off the ground, and then we'll make our way back to downward facing dog. If you want to move those legs around a bit here, wiggle those hips, lift those legs up, you can. We'll take another 2 big breaths. And then when you're ready, we'll take our pigeon pose to the left side. So let's inhale that left leg towards the ceiling, square hips here. Exhale to step it forward. We'll walk that left foot over to the right, dropping the shin down and dropping that back knee down. So I'm going to set us up the same way. Left knee is wider than the left hip here. You don't want to roll down onto your left butt cheek. We want to be nice and square through those hips here. Nice straight line from the right hip to the right foot. And then as you set yourself up, you can keep your torso up if you'd like to on this side. It might be different than the other side, that's okay. Down to forearms, down to the belly, or you can take the quad stretch. 8 full breaths wherever you are. One more big inhale, everybody. Full exhale. If you're folded forward, let's bring that torso all the way up here. Root those hands firmly, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. We'll make our way back to downward facing dog. Pedal it out. We'll take 3 breaths. You can move those legs around if you want to. One more full breath. Let's inhale. And exhale. From downward facing dog, we're going to inhale those knees down to the mat. Exhale, lips to heels, child's pose. You're welcome to rotate over to one side and rotate to the other side if you want to in this posture here. We'll take 3 breaths. And then when you feel ready, we're just going to bring that torso up so that we're sitting on our heels here. And then we'll root those legs all the way around to the front. Little swing action there. Legs are straight ahead, toes up towards the sky. Root down through those sit bones here, my friends. We've made our way all the way down. Look at that. Let's inhale those arms up and overhead. And exhale to fold forward. So you can grab onto shins, ankles, feet, toes, whatever you can here. We're going to take 5 breaths in this forward fold today. One more big breath in. Full breath out. We'll bring that torso all the way up here. Keep that left leg where it is. We're going to bend that right knee. So we do these twists a lot. I'm going to give you all the options here today. So you can keep your right foot flat on the inside of your left thigh, or you can take it to the outside of your left thigh. Either way is great. Additionally, you can keep your left leg straight or bend your left knee, just like butterfly pose. Totally up to you. All right, so wherever this right knee is, your right hand is going to find the floor just behind your right butt cheek. Your left arm is going to come up as you inhale. And as you exhale, take your twist to the right. You can hug onto your knee if you want to, or draw elbow to knee here. Let's inhale ourselves through center, take a counter twist over to the left, and then exhale back to the middle. Extend your legs long. You can shake it out. And then we'll switch sides, all options on the table again. So start out with your right leg straight, bend your left knee. You can keep your left foot on the inside of your right thigh. You can take it to the outside. You can also keep your right leg straight there, or you can bend that right knee, right leg under, right? Make sure your sit bones are down here, everybody. Sit bones are rooted. And then your left hand comes just behind your left butt cheek here. Inhale that right arm up and over. And then we'll exhale, either hug onto the knee or take the full twist. Use that back hand, your left hand in this case, to help rotate the rib cage. Let's find 5 breaths. One more breath, everybody. Here we are. Inhale. And exhale. And then we'll take our counter twist to the right. Big breath in. Exhale to come back to center. You can extend those legs long and shake it all the way out. If you'd like a little butterfly pose here for a moment, bottoms of the feet together, knees out wide, you're welcome to it. Let's everybody take a full inhale wherever you are. Full exhale. And then if you're in butterfly, close those knees like a book. Take a big breath in. As we exhale, we'll make our way all the way onto our backs. We have arrived. Woohoo! You can make those circles with those knees if you want to here. And then we'll make our way back to center. We're going to take 2 twists to each side today. So let's plant those feet. Knees are bent. Arms can take up as much space as you want. Basic twist for our first one. Full breath in. Exhale, let those knees fall over to the right, just like we did earlier today. Shoulder blades stay down. Take a big inhale. Full exhale, finding 2 more breaths here. And then your next inhale draws your knees back to center. Your exhale lets your knees fall over to the left. Shoulder blades stay down, gentle twist here. 3 breaths. And then on your next inhale, those knees draw back to center. You can windshield wiper those knees side to side a little if you'd like to. And then as we make our way back to center, draw your left knee in towards your chest. Hold that left knee like nice and tight. Let your right leg come straight down onto your mat here. Engage that right leg into the ground. And then we'll take that left arm out to the side, right hand on that left knee, drawing that left knee across the body to the right, taking our twist this time. So those hips are going to come up off the ground. That's totally okay here. Try to keep your shoulder blades down. 3 breaths. And then your next inhale draws you back to center here. You can plant that left foot on the ground and then bend your right knee. And then we'll switch sides. Draw your right knee in towards your chest here. Extend that left leg long and all the way down. Engage that left leg into the ground so it's not floppy. And then you'll take your left hand to the outside of the right knee. Right arm can come out to the side, drawing that right knee over to the left. Again, your hips are going to come off the ground. That's totally okay. If you find that you need something underneath this top foot, you can put something under there. Just find that breath. Gently making our way back to center here. Both hips are down. Draw both knees in towards the chest. You can make those circles again if you'd like to. And then whenever you're ready, we'll make our way to happy baby, reaching in between those thighs to toes, arches, or ankles. And you can rock side to side. Let's find 5 breaths here today, my friends. And then when you're ready, we'll gently draw those knees back into center. Feel free to extend those legs up towards the ceiling. Extend your heels up as high as you can, getting nice and long from your sit bones through the base of your feet. And then you're welcome to stay here if you'd like to. You can make your way over to the wall to take legs up the wall if you want to. Bottoms of the feet together, knees out wide, also a great place to go. Or any other postures you would like to take to finish out today's practice. If you would like a longer Shavasana today, by all means, please settle into Shavasana here. I'll continue with a few more cues and then give you some peace and quiet. If you've never tried legs up the wall and want to take that posture, feel free to transition over to the wall. You want to make sure your sit bones make contact with the floor all the way up to your heels. Excuse me, sit bones make contact with the wall and then all the way up to your heels. Bottoms of the feet together, knees out wide, great place to be. Extended happy baby, great place to be. And then whenever you feel ready, there's no rush, take your time. When your body feels ready to transition into full Shavasana, allow those feet to go as wide as you want. Allow your arms to go as wide as you want. Head, shoulders, hips, and feet are heavy on the ground. Feel free to add or remove any layers of clothing. And then once you have settled into your final resting posture for today's practice, take a big breath all the way in. Exhale into the support of the earth beneath you and enjoy. Let's take a full breath all the way in. And a big exhale all the way out. Gently beginning to wiggle those fingers and toes. Gently rolling the wrists and ankles and rocking the head side to side. When you feel ready, you can extend those arms all the way overhead, getting as long as you can from your fingertips to your toes. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, gently draw your knees in towards your chest, wrap your forearms around your shins. Give yourself a big hug. In your own time, gently make your way over to your favorite side in a fetal position. We'll take a moment in this posture as we always do, allowing ourselves to call to mind who in our lives we are grateful for. With a heart full of gratitude, use both hands to bring you up to a comfortable seat, whatever that looks like and feels like for you. Thumbs joined together at heart center once you arrive. Eyes open or closed here. We'll close out with one more full round of breath. Let's inhale. And exhale. The light inside of me loves and honors the light inside each of you. Namaste. Namaste and kittens, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Courtney.
Yeah.
Thank you, Courtney.
Thanks, Courtney.
Thank you, everybody.
Courtney. Thank you, Courtney. Bye.
Stay warm, everyone.
Have a great weekend. Thank you.